afternoon. Good afternoon. We started this morning in the previous live. This is going to be the woodgrain peekaboo tumbler. And if you're just now tuning in, yesterday I did a black base on this one, and I epoxied over that. And then I went ahead and put my decal. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a hunting scene. This cup's going to be for my husband for his birthday. And so, and then I spray painted over it white. I had to let that dry. So I just come back this afternoon. I've been doing some other things in between. So this is where we're at. We're at the white base. Sometimes, I mean, you can use, I've used a gold base. I've used, for the wood grain, I've used tan. I've used brown. They all work, and they give you all different results. I love wood grain. You can do it in so many different ways, and it doesn't matter if you mess it up. Ooh, there, glitter everywhere. Sorry, I was doing a Tangram cup earlier, and I've got glitter everywhere. So this is where we're at. I'm going to tilt you guys down again, and we're going to go from here. As I said earlier, I've got Tim Holtz. That's caramel. As you can tell, I use that one a lot. I've got Tim Holtz latte and Tim Holtz ginger. I'm probably going to use all three of these just to see what it comes out like, just to mess with it and play with it, since it's my husband's cup. And it's not going to be sold or anything like that. So I love these. I can play around. And then I've got my little messy brush here. I'm going to start with latte because it's easier to go light to dark than it is dark to light, if you happen to not like how it's turning out or something like that. So I hope you guys can see that. Maybe my light is acting. Maybe turn it off, I think, and you can see it better. Yeah, not so much of a glare. So I usually hold mine up kind of at an angle, and I just go at it that way. Hang on just a second. I'm sorry. My husband's on lunch break, and that's the only time we get to talk. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to start with latte. It's my lighter color. And what I do is I go straight down and then go in with my brush and just messy it up. I don't normally go in any kind of pattern or anything like that. It makes it that much cooler, because you can always go back and find little white spots or anything like that and fill them in. And it makes it look like real wood. I absolutely love this method because I am messy most of the time, and I am not one if it has to be too perfect, or something like that, that is not for me. The Tangram cup earlier just about made me throw it out the window, but I wanted to try it, and so I tried it, and it actually looks pretty good, but it is something that is so tedious that I'm not sure that I would want to do it on a regular basis. Like I said, you can always go back and fill in like these little white spots here. And I usually brush it until it's dry. That way it's not mixing and you really get those striation marks going. And I go up and down, up and down. I've seen a lot of tutorials, and I have done it where, you just go like this in specific strokes, and it works out. It's great. It gives you a different wood grain look to it, which is fine. If you want to do it that way, that's totally fine. No big deal. That's what I love about the wood grain, is that you can be messy, you can be precise, you can whatever that ran like crazy. So I'm just going to go in here, go like that, and just, you can be however you want to be with these. And I love that. Wood grain is, I think, one of my favorite methods to do. And it doesn't take a lot of prep. It doesn't take a lot of, skill set. It's a pretty good beginner's method also. And that's what I really like about it. And like I said, I've got an old ratty brush. Be careful with your brushes, though. When you use your brushes, make sure that the bristles aren't coming out. I used to use a makeup brush, and the bristles came out, and they were stuck all over the cup, and they're hard to get out without messing up that spot in your cup. So check your bristles on your brush before you get crazy. I know this is you just kind of sitting here watching me do this. This is kind of the boring part of it. But we're almost done. See, we've only got this little part here left. And then we can go in with a different color if you want. Or that's where your creativity comes in. You can... I haven't quite mastered the knot holes in wood grain yet. I would love to. I would love to learn really how to do that. But I haven't yet. So this is my wood grain. Make sure you wear gloves because, as you can see, I've got brown everywhere. And, of course, I'm getting it on the white of my shirt. That's just wonderful. But it'll be okay. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, a little line right here where my ink ran from there into my other. And that's fine. You can fix it by just kind of going over it again. And then I hold mine kind of level and then just go back and forth, and it kind of covers that up. Okay, so as you can tell, I've got some little white spots here and there. I'm going to go back in and kind of fix those. And you don't have, like I said, you don't have to be nice and neat with it. Just kind of get it in there. I want to make sure my whole cup is covered. That way I know that when I lift this decal, it's going to be really, really blended and really, really good. And this stuff dries really fast. So as you can tell, I'm, touching the bottom with the cup because it dries really fast. All right, so now I'm going to do the bottom. I just put some on there and spread it out. Just spread that. I am not neat with this stuff, I promise you. This is where making sure that your decal around the edges was laid down properly, and really smooth, so that your alcohol ink does not run down under your decal. And it still may in spots. If you have a little bit, you can take a little Q-tip or something and get it off. No biggie. Okay. So I think that's okay right there. So now what I'm going to do is, this is a really cool wood grain anyway, as it is. But I like a little bit of texture and a little bit of color. So I'm going to go in. See, the ginger, of course, has a little bit of a red tint. I'm not sure if I want to go that far yet. So I'm going to go with caramel. And I'll show you what I do with it in just a second. So with the latte, I went down and then spread it. So this is what I'm going to do with the ginger. I go just around the edge there, kind of let it run, and I go from the bottom and the top, the bottom and the top, and see, it gives different striations in the wood, and it only stops like right up here, and it gives it a really cool little look. It adds just a little bit to the cup. And you can add it in some of the white spots that you may see, little spots there. Just adds a little bit of texture. And you can bring it down a little bit there. Whoop. From the top, you can see the cool little markings up around the top there. Just adds a little bit of different texture, color, shape there. just a little bit of difference up around the top. I'm going to do kind of the same thing. Oh, you can't see that. Around the edge here of my bottom. And then I'm going to take my brush and kind of bring it down onto the cup like this here. And it gives really cool little markings down the side at the bottom, which I'm not too worried about the bottom actually, because on this one, my design, my decal is almost all the way, it's all the way around the bottom, and it goes up to about right here. And so I'm not too messed up about the bottom. I just really wanted to give the top a little bit of character there. Okay. And then, so you can tell, you can see what the caramel did there. And then, give me just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Again, it's my husband. We don't talk a whole lot during the day, so. Lunch is the only time we really get to talk. So I think I may go with ginger, a little bit of ginger, and see what it does. So I'm going to start kind of at these striations here, kind of in the middle. And ooh, that's a little, almost a little much. So I may not do it through the whole cup. Just maybe find some little white spots and fill it in, because that's a little too much, really, for me personally. So I may just mix it in here and there, give the look of different wood, or, you know, something like that. Just kind of blend it in. Yeah, I'm not going to do that over the whole cup. I'm just going to.
Remember I told you I wanted to see wicked epoxy Darby and M's cups.
Yeah.
But what's the crack is that? Why the heck is that in there? I don't have a clue.
We can work on those tomorrow.
Anyhow, things in there. It's in there. But do you want me to? Hey, like it.
I like it. Awesome.
Hometown girl. So good with my little sweater. What was I trying to say? Oh, do I need to go ahead and lock my door? My key, my extra key is still hooked to that barrel, just on the top rung of it up underneath.
Yeah, I have a key.
But you have a key, but I didn't want you to forget and run off and leave my door unlocked.
And I would.
Get back.
Yeah, I would.
So I didn't know if you'd rather me leave it open or you lock it.
No, just lock it. I shouldn't need anything.
Ooh, that turned out good.
Yeah.
I like it. You learned about that wood stuff, ain't you?
Yeah.
Guess I got my crap cleaned up, over here. My gun ain't on. Okay, I'm fixing to go to Brinkley.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna leave around 3 or so, get Ryan. So when when you hear any news, let me know.
Okay. Love you.
Love you. See you. Don't get turn these lights off. Well, you don't have to do it.
All right. Love you. Hi, guys. You got to meet my mom.
You know, one day last week when you left, you locked me in here. When I stayed out here, you left.
Yeah.
You pushed the brick up. And I come over here getting ready to go in the house, and I was like, well, damn, what's the matter that thing? And then I was like, she locked me in here.
I'm sorry.
So I took my old leg and put this stuff
Love you. That was my mom again, guys. So there she is. As you notice, I did switch back to my latte color just to fill in where the ginger was really making some major moves. And so I think I'm pretty much finished with that part. So give me just 1 second and we'll move on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to tilt up just for a second and maybe about right there. I hope you guys can see that, maybe like that. I'm going to get my handy dandy little cup holder here, and I'm going to take my gloves off because I can't pick in gloves. It's annoying as crap. And so what I'm going to do from now on, from here, is I'm going to pick my decal. It should all come off in one piece. It was all one piece except for the little birds up here. And so I'm hoping it will all come off in one piece. This is dry. The alcohol is dry. It dries almost instantly. So you shouldn't have a problem. Now, if you were spray painting or doing a peekaboo with a hydro dip or something like that, of course, you would want to let it dry and completely. And I normally do like a clear coat before I start picking because I like to be safe like that. Make sure everything is stuck and good and ready to go before I start peeling stuff up. Excuse me, guys. But alcohol ink is dry. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here at the end of this section and make sure when you're picking that you don't go through into your epoxy. Uh-oh, I am peeling up some black here. That is not good. Not what I wanted to happen. Shoot. That should not be happening at all. In no kind of way should that be happening. Let me see if I can go in a different direction here. A small spot I might can fix, but a big spot, I don't know. So I'm going to stop on that end, and I'm going to go from this end and make sure you don't poke through to the epoxy, guys. I don't know why that happened over there, Why I'm peeling up epoxy and black, I do not know. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not peeling it up so far here. So we're just going to go easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and hope and pray that I don't have that problem anymore. And I'm hoping that I can fix it. I know this is also a boring part. That's what I tell my mom all the time. Our whole job is hurry up and wait and watch paint dry. That's the whole thing with all of this stuff, with crafts, with, you sit there and let glue dry. You've got to let paint dry. You've got to let epoxy dry. Everything's got to sit and dry, or it takes, it's tedious or something, like that. That's the whole thing. None of it's fast. None of it's, crazy or whatever. I miss some little sprigs here. Okay. And that's the whole deal with cups and the whole nine. Okay, I'm back here at my part that I was having problems with. So let's see if we can remedy this. If we go really slow. I think it might be the type of spray paint that I used. I didn't use what I normally use because I thought, oh, this is going to be a cool look. And maybe it wasn't such a good idea. I used hammered black spray paint instead of just a flat, regular black. And so maybe that was not such a good idea. But can't go back now, right? Unless I start completely over, which I do not want to do. I do not want to start over with this. So I'm just going to keep going. And like I said, this is my husband's cup, so I'm not too messed up about it. If it doesn't look exactly right, I would love for it to turn out perfect. But sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go. And now if this was a customer, I probably would just try to start over or do something different or, something of that effect. But again, it's my husband, so no big deal. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Okay, that part's coming off really, really good. Okay. Ooh, got a little bit there. I think maybe I need to start at the tops and go to the bottoms instead of trying to peel up from the bottom. You live, you learn, I guess, right? Ooh. Gotta get his paw. And I'm going really slow and easy with this. Trying to just not peel up any more black. Now, I'm going to start at the top. I'm back to where I was filling up the black, and so I'm going to start from the top and peel downward. And so maybe I won't get any more. I won't peel up any more of the black, and maybe I can fill it in with something. Thinking alcohol ink or something to that effect down here at the bottom. Yeah. See, I only have those few little tiny spots, which are no big deal. And so, let me see. Oh, I missed some grass, I think. No, I didn't. Okay, the birds. I gotta get the birds up here. Okay. The reason I did this decal, and I'll show you guys here in a minute, it's got the little boy, the little girl for our 2 kids, and then it's got the lab dog and their duck hunting, and the father, because my husband loves to duck hunt. And we just got him a new duck dog, a silver lab, and I thought this would be perfect. So there's the scene, as you can see, and then I did have some pulling up right around here at the edge at the bottom. So I think I didn't have any ink run. That's good. Thank you. Not sure how I'm going to fix that. Let's see. I may use permanent marker since it's right there at the bottom. Let's see how that works. If it blends it in at all. Not really how I want it to. But it does give me a good base for some possibly black alcohol ink. The reason I didn't try that first is because it runs and you've got to be super duper careful. But let me find my alcohol ink. Where did I just put it? Okay. So you get my black, and I'm going to get this teensy tiny little brush, and I'm just going to brush it in there, on there like that. Just like that. It's definitely a little different, of course, texture than the paint, but it's not noticeable either. And I think I'm just going to bring up a little bit so that it looks kind of like grass around in there. Just kind of got one spot that's wanting to be a little tedious here. There we go. See, no big deal. And then I'll take my brush and rub it in some alcohol in just a little bit. But you can't really tell anymore. It's a whole black silhouette. A little crooked, but no biggie. No big deal. It's not the silver shining through anymore anyways. So there's something, like I said, if this was a customer, I probably would do a little bit different. But since it's my husband, I'm not worried. It's probably going to lay in his truck for God knows how long anyway. He'll use it once, stick it in his truck, and then it'll stay there. But anyways, that is the wood grain effect. If you're looking to try it, that's how you do that. Excuse me. And so now all I'm going to do, as long as my alcohol ink is dry, I do not seal it most of the time. There's no real need to. Now, if you are having problems with your ink running or blending together and not having such hard striations, then yes, seal this. But I have had problems with sealant with it running and not giving me the look that I want. And so that's the reason I don't seal. So anyways, that's that, you guys, and we'll come back tomorrow. I'll show you the final product, what it looks like after epoxy. I'll show you guys my Tangram cup, and I did end up sanding my power wash cup. If you watched the earlier episode or earlier live, I did a power wash cup, or I told you how to do it. I didn't do it in front of you because you've got to do it outside, and I'm just using my laptop right now, and so I couldn't show you guys that. We'll do all that tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good day. And if you need instruction on how to epoxy, I do have a couple other earlier videos that show me doing that. But if I use Amazing Clear Cast right now, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio, 50-50 each one. Mix it up, slap it on, no biggie. So if anybody has any questions, comments, tips, tricks, constructive criticism, I'm open. So I hope you guys learned something if that's what you're looking for. Excuse the mess behind me. I'm in my mom's garage right now, and we're still trying to work it out and get room and get everything straight. So hope you guys had a good day, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good one.